Reusse Unchained here on SKOR North. So I think my favorite quote from the post-game locker room last night was from Anthony Edwards. So Jokic, in a losing
Yes.
effort, Jokic was the third ever player to record a 60-point
Point.
triple-double last
Yes.
night.
Yes. 60
And
point triple
Anthony
double.
Edwards said, that might have been the best game of my life that I've been a part of. Nikola Jokic, bruh, my God. He might be the best basketball player I've ever seen close up besides myself.
Yes, I saw the besides myself quote. It's unbelievable. Myself is me or something like that. It's
To myself.
to
Besides
my
myself, to
To
myself,
myself.
watching myself. Yeah, yeah.
so to watching himself. Watching himself is the only thing he can compare to Jokic, who's gonna average a triple double by easy, isn't he? Yeah, I mean the assists are gonna. Is he over? He's over 10 assists,
He's
right?
averaging a triple-double. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And he's not going to
Um,
win the MVP. It's going to somehow go to Shea
uh,
Gilgeous-Alexander.
because they're going to win 65 games,
Yeah.
maybe because of that. But it's right there for them now. I mean, Memphis is falling like a rock. I think they have the same record as Memphis now, right? Or maybe
Yep.
one
They're
game
tied with
behind them.
Memphis. They're a half
So
game
you,
behind Golden State, a half game above the Clippers. So it's all very
so
crunched.
you get, but if they get by just, are the Clippers ahead of them, or are the Clippers
The
in
Clippers are
the
in the eighth
play-in
seed right
too?
now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you got to get ahead of both of them basically to stay out of the play-in, huh?
Yeah.
You
So
got
it goes Golden State is the 5 seed. And
Mhm.
then a half game behind them, tied for the 6-7, but tiebreaker goes to Memphis, are the Wolves,
Mhm.
a half game back of Golden State. And then the Clippers are just a half game back of Grizzlies and Wolves. So one game separates 5 through 8 right now.
Yeah, I think Memphis is the way things are going for them is the odd team out as far as they definitely the team you would have waited like to play somehow because now that Kawhi's playing, you don't want to play the Clippers and then you don't want to. I guess I wouldn't mind playing Golden State. Jimmy's Jimmy's a fraud. I'm not worried about Jimmy.
They're
So
18-2 since that trade when those guys both play, though, Steph and Jimmy.
yeah, that
So
is true. That is true. He'll play for a while and then yeah. I don't think he'll show up at practice next August when he doesn't have a next September when he doesn't have a contract though and then go on TV and tell them we're all a bunch of wimps.
yeah.
Will he? He won't do that with Steph. I
But
doubt
Pat,
he'll
if
do that with
you've
Steph.
of all these teams, you do have the easiest schedule. And I know that they are very prone to losing games, even though the schedule's easy. But so you're a half game back of the 5 seed. Golden State and the Clippers play each other the last game of the year, so they have to beat up
Okay.
each other. You do get a game against Memphis in like what 2-3 games. But
Yeah.
if you can get the 5 seed, you would either play the Lakers or the Nuggets in the first round in a
Wow.
7-game series.
That West is. I've never seen a. I don't think I've ever seen a division in any sport like this one. I mean, some of those 4-team NFL divisions, but they don't count. It's 4 teams,
Yeah.
but it's unbelievable how tough the way. I mean, they're talking about look out for the Bulls over in the East. They're not. I mean, over in the
Yeah.
East, you're just it's a completely different animal. But what a game! I wish I'd stayed up. I wish I hadn't fallen asleep on the couch. It would have been fun to watch the end of that game. But as I said, I was reading Chris Hines' Gamer in the Strib this morning, which is now you got to go online. Obviously, it ended 2 hours after deadline, so I don't think they got it in the print. But anyway, it was the great quotes coming from everybody in there, and as you said, Ants, that's an all-star quote right there. That of all his goofy quotes, that's top two,
Yeah.
three, don't you think? Top three, maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty high up there. We also had an all-time Russell Westbrook meltdown at the end of the
Oh,
game when, or at the end of the, yeah, it was the
end
end
of
of
the
the second
game and
overtime,
lost the
and
game.
Wolves are down by
Yeah.
a point. They're running an inbounds play with like 12 seconds to go, whatever it was, and they miscommunicated, threw the ball right to Denver. And Russell Westbrook, instead of just dribbling the ball out like a Tasmanian devil,
Mm-hmm.
maybe taking a foul, he goes in for a wide open, uncontested layup, misses it. Wolves get the rebound,
Connolly,
sprint back
Connolly,
down.
Connolly, run down and get the
Conley
rebound.
got
Right.
back and Nog got the
Right.
ball.
And
Conley
then
made a hell of a play.
Yeah.
I think Nikhil grabbed the rebound and then
He
got
did.
it to Conley.
Okay.
And then, of course, Westbrook just completely in the spin cycle fouls Nikhil Alexander Walker on the
Now, was it
three-point.
was it an obvious foul? Was it
Yes.
one you couldn't
He
call?
had
You had
he
to
shoved
call?
his hand in his chest and then and momentum carried him through and dumped Nikhil into the front
And then
row.
they had to go look and make sure there was any time left, right?
And that it was a 3. Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
and it was three. Well, beautiful, unbelievable. Nikhil had a fantastic game. What he got 26, and how about Minot, who hasn't played at all, coming off the bench, and what he hit 3 threes or something like.
It's like you wrote, Patrick, too much talent.
Too much
Months
talent.
ago, you said there's too much talent. We are now finding out there might be too much talent.
Luckily, Shannon's hurt, so that helped not having too much talent, because Minot probably would have gotten on the floor if Shannon was hurt, right?
Yeah.
If Shannon wasn't hurt. But hey, that was a good. It's an amazing team. You know, if you're a rotten team, you don't know if you're going to come to Target Center and beat them, but you know you're going to be ahead by 12 or 15 points at one time, don't you? In the
Yes.
first half, they're always going to be. The other night before the fight started, they were 10 down to those guys for, and what, at one point, 20 down or 18 down or something. So.
Yeah. They should just start every game. Wolves down 27-16, and then we can proceed from there and stay a little fresher.
So, are people frustrated with these guys, or are they just having fun with their mercurial nature of it? I mean, the unpredictable. We like unpredictability in our sports, don't we? I don't know.
It's a combination, I think, right, Phil?
Yeah. I mean, the place is full. They're being supported like they haven't been supported since the early 2000s. They didn't. And I think a couple of games ago, they didn't announce the sellout, but they basically announced. Now they've had ticket bargains and stuff to get people in there, but the attendance has been fantastic this year.
Yeah, I think to your question, it's they pull you back in by beating the best. They've swept the Nuggets this season after the playoff win last year, and to beat Oklahoma City twice. They're the only team that can beat Oklahoma City apparently in the entire league. And I don't know, they do just enough on the upside to make you forget about the 6 or 7 inexplicable losses that. If you replace even half those games, they're like the 3 seed right now in the Western Conference.
The Wizards was easily the worst, though. The Wizards 1-32 on the road, and enjoying their second 16-game losing streak of the season, and you lost to them, an injured bad Wizards team. It was unbelievable. That is the worst ever. I mean, I wonder. Finch doesn't look like he's a heavy drinker, but he's got to go back to the little place in North Loop and take out a nice jug of expensive whiskey and have about 3 shots after some of those games, doesn't he?
Yeah. Do you think Finch is a flask guy, or does he go for the?
I think he may go
classy
like
glass.
England and Belgium. I think he might be.
Chip's column where he went to a bar with Finchy.
Yes.
Said he loves the lagers.
Yeah.
Loves the beers. So I think he goes home and probably pops a few.
He's not married. I think he has a lady friend, right?
Yes.
He's not married, but I think he just hangs out the North Loop and shows up, and that young crowd in the North Loop, probably 2/3 of them don't know who he is, right? So
are we sure Chip actually got a beer with Chris Finch and it wasn't just Judd, and he just replaced Judd and Chris Finch as the same person?
Here's how you know it's not me. I do not have a boat. Chris Finch has a boat. He talks about I go out on my boat. I do not have his boat, nor do I have an interest in having a boat. No boat.
Can you swim, Judd? Can you swim?
I took lessons when I was young. I would say now I would drown. If I was to fall off a boat in the deep end now without a life preserver on, I think I would just sink.
When's the last time you were in a pool, like where there's a deep end?
Oh God, years ago. 30 years ago, maybe.
We got neighbor kids Olivia too. She's swimming. She comes swimming.
She should be.
2
Good.
years old.
You haven't swam at the Reusse household in 30
No,
years?
I've never been in Pat's pool. I've been to Pat's house. I've seen the pool. I've never been in the pool.
Yeah, she saw the youth swimming around, but never. Anyway, how about those Twinks?
Woo.
So, in the bottom of the fifth, I texted somebody and said, "This might be the most god awful Twins team I've seen. 5 games in, they absolutely stink. They're awful. Try France, please, God, don't make me ever watch him take another at bat. All these guys, and then they get 5 runs. So, you know who looks awful? Miranda
Yeah.
at the plate. He's pathetic. What happened to him? He got somebody remind him he got 12 straight hits. What is with him? He's terrible.
It's crazy. And he does not have a home run since like July 5th or something.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what happened. He started thinking, I guess. I don't know. He's brutal, but it was certainly nice to. It was I will say, Declan, would you agree with me that the 3-2 pitch that was a ball when Alcala first came in,
Yeah.
and they called it a strike, and he struck the guy out, and then Alcala got the next 2 guys. That might have been the biggest play of the game, because if Alcala had walked them, he probably would have walked the next 3. Because I think he's a high energy guy who does not do well in pressure situations. So
he is his own. He is Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. He is his own worst enemy because his stuff.
God, yes.
If he had the mental part, he'd be a closer. He'd be an amazing closing, high leverage reliever. It is all up here.
Throws hard, but he got a good breaking ball too. I mean, that's it. But he did. He comes in, and you're saying, first of all, Rocco, didn't you watch him the other day? I mean, you got a chance to win a game here. Don't you have another body someplace? And then he gets that strike call, and then he next 2 guys he blew them away. So
I think and our old friend DJ Rayburn, who was behind the plate, they released the umpire scorecard for yesterday. Let's just say it was almost +2 runs for the Twins. So our guy
really?
Rayburn was helping out the Twins yesterday.
Really?
Yes, it was a large difference to the Twins in terms of umpire scorecards.
Man alive, that's I would think it's accidental. He just decides to be lousy and fairly. He did miss I think it was France. He missed a pitch that was like a foot off the plate, right? Or 8 inches off the plate.
There was a Wallner walk that drew that was a whole ball. Like I have no idea how that one wasn't called either. He had a rough day.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they won a game, and now we can, really. Are they playing today? By the way, it's supposed to rain, and did they?
They're in a delay 2 hours before first pitch, so that's always a good sign.
They play there in August, right? Just
come home.
Move the game to August. Come home.
Come home to this beautiful baseball weather I'm looking at outside my bag. It's done snowing, right? It's not going to snow anymore.
No,
right?
it's not supposed to snow.
I saw this little snow spitting last night and thought nothing of it. I got up this morning. We got 4 inches or whatever it is. And it weighs 7 pounds per snowball.
It's aggressive.
Oh, don't be shoveling this.
No.
It'll just all melt. Yeah, don't even touch it.
My new snow plower, Judd. We also throw him a little bit to shovel the sidewalk. So I've retired as a sidewalk shoveler. Yeah, I did that last year and took
for a long time.
So, yeah,
it's probably for the
that's
best.
good. But anyway, hey, Timberwolves great win, and then a great win for the Twins too, because it was a win, right?
Exactly. And the other big breaking, just back to the Wolves here, it was reported this morning by multiple outlets that Glenn Taylor is officially waving the white flag.
Okay.
He will not pursue, not that there was any legal grounds to, but he will not pursue an appeal, and it will be a 100%. He's not maintaining any minority ownership stake. That won't be a fight. It's just going to be a wrap for Glenn Taylor.
So is he now? Wasn't he? At one point, The original deal was he had a piece or something.
He
It
was
was
gonna
going to be
keep a
like
piece.
20, yeah, 20, 15, 20%.
So they're going
or
to buy
something.
that out too then?
Yeah,
They're
I
gonna
think that's
buy
where
that out.
the Bloomberg money came in helpful
Mm-hmm.
for.
And I imagine part of that agreement is that they're not going to sue him for legal fees or anything like that. We probably don't know that, but supposedly, if you lost arbitration, that you could then go back and try to get legal fees and stuff like that. I'd read that somewhere. I am not a legal expert. I don't, but I did that read somewhere. Well, yeah, Glenn is. It's got to be a little sad knowing you're taking half price, but what the heck?
Yeah.
He'll be okay here. He'll
Boy.
be okay. But meanwhile, nothing going on our Twinks, huh? Oof. With the TV situation, and I just can't see how anybody's going to pay $1.5 billion for a baseball team. I can't see it. I don't see it. With
That
what's
group
Yeah.
going
offered
on here.
to.
Huh?
They supposedly had that the Twins that
I
Polet
don't buy
declined.
that. I don't buy
Oh, you
that.
don't buy it? Okay,
I don't buy it. No, I think somebody's making that up.
okay.
I mean, the Ishbias supposedly offered $1.5 billion. I don't know.
No, after that, there was
Oh.
Recently,
a local group. There was a group that included, according to Lavelle, I think Patrick, a local business person of prominence that offered 1.5, and the Polet said no, thank you.
Wow. Local businessman, 1.5.
But it didn't say who, and I'm curious who.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe got it from the cigar bar. I don't know what the heck. Maybe that's
Oh yeah, the cigar bar could have that
no,
information.
the cigar place in St. Paul that he.
Yeah, I
goes
know.
to. So anyway,
It's a who's who.
It is.
yeah,
Definitely
I wouldn't
who's
know
who.
who's
Heard
going to buy
stories.
it locally. I don't. I think anybody who buys it locally is going to have to get the Polaz to keep 20% and Taylor to throw in 100 million and stuff like that.
And then Joe can still run the team,
Yeah, yeah, he's
It's just an unnecessary shot.
What? It's just a fact. I'm just regurgitating what's been reported,
Joe is, as I told you guys earlier, Joe was not he was not a happy winner of the Turkey of the Year award. Some guys take that better than
Oh, he got
other
offended by
people.
that.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear
I
this.
don't know. He offended. He didn't think it was funny. I don't know if he's offended because
Okay.
I went out of my. I saw him and congratulated him, and he did not smile. So, he
See,
did
I
not
feel like
chuckle.
he needs to. Come on, Joe.
I
Lighten
don't
up a
feel
little
like the
bit here,
youth
buddy.
gets that though. He's still young. What?
Yes, right.
42 or
Yes,
something. I don't think they get that like the prestige that goes with it.
No, they don't. They don't.
Listen,
get
I'm gonna defend Joe and the Polads here because while you guys have been critical of them, calling them cheap Polads for all these years, little did we know they've been shouldering $400 million in debt to
What?
put players on the field. And Joe greenlit a slight bump in payroll to get Harrison Bader in here, and he's been the offensive
Yes, he
force
was,
Lot of
through
wins,
the
baby.
first
night.
week of the season.
He killed that ball last night, man, alive, going out against the wind. He killed it. So, well, they're up to 140 something. I mean, we all thought they were going to go to 125, right? So, I mean, I don't think it's
Some respect.
Somebody probably said, Joe, if you want to sell any subscriptions, you got to
Yes.
do something.
You need a Harrison Bader. He's going to be
do
the
something.
reason.
Just like show you're alive. Just
Yeah.
small,
Yes.
some type of signal. And Joe said, okay, sign Harrison Bader.
Where did I see the Falvey quotes? Was that in our paper?
Which one?
The Falvey at some thing at the ballpark.
Oh, the Taste of the Twins thing
Yesterday.
that they did yesterday. Yeah. He was.
Derek, even by your nothing quotes, that was bad. That was bad. Of course, I said to somebody yesterday, I said, he's usually double speak, but when he's in a tight situation, he switches to triple speak. So you don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I need to find these quotes.
He tried to crack
Yes,
wise a couple
I-
of times
it's
about the
just a
stuff.
bunch. This is a really great ball club we've assembled, and I don't know, they're in there someplace on the.
Oh, is it the Bobby Nightingale piece here from about payroll?
Yeah, but then I think it's down in there a little bit about he met with the fans at this taste.
Taste
or
of the
whatever.
Twins yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was some serious. We missed that. for the quotes, not for anything else, but for the quotes.
Because they
Hey, how
wouldn't let
about
him
the
do
new
anything
hitting
else.
coach? You think David Popkins is getting a laugh up there in Toronto, seeing these guys swing the bats? You know, why they? What are we looking for with whatever this guy's name is?
Matt
Borg
Borgschulte.
Schulte. Borg
Yeah, what's he
Schulte.
supposed to
Borgs.
do? What's he
We're hitting the
supposed
ball
to
the
teach
other way. We're hitting
Taking
the mat
batting practice.
people.
We're
Oh
trying
yeah,
to.
oh yeah. Judd and I were exchanging. If you listen to Provis and Morney last night, the infielders were all catching the ball like this, these screaming line drive shots being. Oh God! I caught the ball. It's unbelievable. It's what they're talking about. You know, God, that was a hard hit, 7-hop ground ball to the shortstop. Man, did he smoke that one? Provis. Provis has become a serious. He used to be great on the radio. Now he's become a serious homer on television. So
Well, he's trying to sell the product.
I know they're trying to.
What's he supposed to do?
That
This
is, I
team
mean, that
sucks.
is at the core of that job now. Is like you need
Yes.
you need $100 bills from people, man, to get
Yes,
that
I
subscription.
know that. I'm not denying that, but it's if I hear about how hard they're hitting the ball once more, I'm going to throw up. So, all
And
right, I better
Andrew
go.
Benintendi gives a middle finger to that exit velocity, just bloops in hits at 55
Oh,
miles
yeah.
an hour off the bat.
That's
Doesn't care.
right. Yeah,
Finds a spot.
if only you think he could play for us? Hell no. We got Willie Castro playing shortstop.
Don't forget, John Jay was the Twins' choice in that draft, and I think Benintendi went to the Red Sox with the next pick.
Tyler
Jay. Sorry, John Jay. Tyler Jay. You know what I mean.
John Jay would have been a better
lefty reliever from Illinois. And
Tyler Jay.
and Billy Milas and all my buddies said, Benintendi. You got to take Benintendi. It's a miracle he fell to us. But we got Tyler Jay, who, by the way, showed up in the major leagues for 10 minutes last year.
Mets and Brewers, I think. Yep.
All right, Jets.
All right,
Let's
Pat.
go get them.
See
Great
ya.
night in Minnesota sports. So
It was a great one.
fantastic.
Yes, that's all we have. All right, we'll see you on Friday.
All right.
Reusse
Goodbye.
Unchained. See you guys.
Bye.